I know a lot of you will have a problem with this video. There is some of you that actually are gonna be a little bit upset. Some of you that are gonna be happy with what I'm about to say. We are talking about the Noni Madueke transfer to Arsenal, along with Ethan Nwaneri news, along with the Rodrygo to Arsenal news that all have been emerging in the last 24 hours. The Kudus to Chelsea, and how this is a domino effect that is actually happening now between Arsenal and Chelsea, who have had a previous good relation between the two clubs in terms of like moving players between the two clubs and negotiating between the two clubs. It has been reported. Before I actually talk about anything, I'm asking you to hit that like button underneath, leave a comment, of course, underneath the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new, of course. I'm going to approach this video from a completely different angle than what people have said. There is a lot of positivity and there's a lot of negativity about the situation of Noni Madueke and Ethan Nwaneri and Kudus. Oh my God, why don't we go for this guy instead of that guy? Where is Rodrygo? Where is Eucharist? And all the stuff that have been said around. And I'm just going to tell you something. Let's start by one thing. Fabrizio Romano have reported that Arsenal agreed personal terms with Noni Madueke. That means the Arsenal have called Noni Madueke and asked him if he's open to join their club, and they offered him some money, and he said, yes, I'll be willing to join your club. Number one, that is not, and I'm just going to be completely honest, that is not the signing that Arsenal should be looking to make this summer today. If this was at the end of the window and they are adding Madueke to the likes of Rodrygo or Eze and Eucharist, Arsenal fans would be okay with it. Would be like, yes, he's a backup for Saka. It's good. It's a good deal. But I'm going to actually ask a couple of questions here. Why the timing is today? Why now? Why are Arsenal looking at Madueke now? And number two, Madueke is leaving Chelsea because of the lack of playing time. So what is he expecting? If Arteta called the guy and told him, listen, come to our club, did he tell him that he's going to play on the right or the left? Did he tell him come and battle Saka? Maybe he did that because there are some players that will be galvanized with actually the competition for their position. But maybe if that is the case, he would have been actually staying at Chelsea, battling for his spot. You know what I mean? He's with the guys. He's with his friends at Chelsea. But for some reason, he agreed to join Arsenal, even though we know that he's not going to start over Saka in any shape or form. He's going to be a backup for Bukayo Saka, unless Arsenal are going to sign this guy to be the left winger for them. But why? He's not better than Martinelli. He's not better than Trossard. The question that is asked is that, is he even better than Ethan Nwaneri? Why would Arsenal go for Madueke and spend 40 to 50 million? Because the news that is reported by Ben Jacobs that they are open for the sale for the right price. Chelsea are playing this gimmick that we like Noni Madueke. If you want to come and take him, you got to pay, blah, 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 all the stock from Chelsea, which is Chelsea are one of the best clubs in the world in selling their players. Regardless of where they are, Chelsea are always great in negotiations and getting players to be sold or get players in. They actually do what they want to do in this aspect. So they are actually fantastic in this. Why Arsenal now are targeting Madueke? I'm just going to actually tell you something. Madueke is a good player and I like him. But I like him for Arsenal that is going to try to win the league and the Champions League as a backup player, not a starter, not someone that will come in and add to the starting 11. Is he better than Ethan Nwaneri? Maybe Ethan Nwaneri's ceiling is much higher than him. At the current moment, for some whatever reason, Mikel Arteta doesn't trust Ethan Nwaneri. Or he knew that Ethan Nwaneri is going to want to leave because he cannot guarantee him any minute. We saw that he played him sometimes and then in last season, and then he stopped playing him for some whatever reason. He's given him 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 10 minutes max, and the end of the game. And that is why Fabrizio has tweeted that Chelsea have shown interest in Ethan Nwaneri. And I don't think that these two deals are related. Arsenal are not going to just trade in Ethan Nwaneri for Noni Madueke. That would be absolutely stupid. That would be ridiculously stupid. However, Ethan Nwaneri, if he doesn't sign a new deal, he will be on the market. He can leave on a free later. I don't know when, but he can leave on a free. So Arsenal need to actually sign Ethan Nwaneri. He's a fantastic talent. His ceiling was set to be like higher than Lewis Kelly, higher than a lot of players. He's a very good player. Every time I watch him, I actually think he can be the deputy for Bukayo Saka. He's a very, very good backup for Bukayo Saka. However, Ben Jacob has tweeted, and that is his opinion, that Ethan Nwaneri is so reluctant to sign a new deal for Arsenal unless he's guaranteed minutes and he wants to play football because he wants to actually develop. He wants to actually maybe battle Saka for the position. But he knows that Saka is not going to be shifted from that position. So what happens with all these deals? How are Arsenal going to do this? I don't know. And Noni Madueke and Ethan Nwaneri are actually not that similar, but in the same time, they both can be backup for Bukayo Saka. So why would Arsenal go and spend money? And how much are they going to sell Ethan Nwaneri for? And why would they give Chelsea one of the brightest stars, like young stars in the Premier League? He's 18 years old. Why would you do that? Chelsea can develop the players and sell him for more money, or he can be the deputy for Cole Palmer in the 10. He can actually try to battle Martin Odegaard for the 10 as well at Arsenal. I don't know why. It is much easier to try to get embedded in the Arsenal team sometimes than the Chelsea team, who just signed abundance of players up top. Gittins, Joao Pedro, Estevao is coming. And also Chelsea are actually now looking to sign Kudus. So they're going to use the money that they get from Madueke to sign Kudus. That would be the most stupid thing by Arsenal, to give Chelsea the money to sign the better player in Kudus. Yes, Kudus is more expensive than Noni Madueke, but Kudus is a much better player. And Kudus can actually come to Arsenal and really battle for positions and actually maybe get more game time than Noni Madueke. He's someone that can play across the front line. He's absolutely great. So I don't understand this move from Arsenal. And the problem with it, and that is what I want to say, number one, from Chelsea perspective, that would be a phenomenal deal. Chelsea will shift a player that they had problems with to get a player that they always wanted. And it is reported that West Ham actually preferred to make the deal with Chelsea than actually do it with Arsenal. With Spurs, which is why people have said that West Ham are confident that Chelsea will submit a better offer for Mohammed Kudus than Spurs' current bid. This is why West Ham are waiting for Chelsea. And Chelsea are waiting for the sale of Noni Madueke to Arsenal. That is absolutely crazy. And I actually think that is, if that happens, I actually believe that would be the most stupid move that Arsenal will do to give the money for Chelsea. If you have Ethan Nwaneri already, unless Arsenal are going to sign Madueke to play on the left and they're going to sell one of Martinelli and Trossard, which is, I don't believe that is true. But some people suggested that maybe Noni Madueke is coming in to actually be a starter for Arsenal and Mikel Arteta likes him. I don't believe these reports. I don't think that is absolutely true. It is actually very strange what Arsenal do now at the current moment, because there is a section of the fan base that the relation with the Cronkies are broken. They actually don't trust the owners. They don't trust Mikel Arteta's recruitment because they were against Kai Havertz. They were against a lot of recruitment to Arsenal. There is a Sterling deal that happened and all the stuff that is happening. And now Arsenal are giving them, or they might give them, Noni Madueke. I actually think that is, now, if there was 50% with the Arsenal fan base that are against you, you will have 75%. There's always going to be the people that will always back the signing no matter what. But I'm not talking about these people. I'm talking about the neutral people. The people now that are waiting to see, the people, the Arsenal fans. I'm sure the majority of the people that watch me are these people. They are not only positive and they're not negative. They are waiting to see. They are giving the club a chance. They see the club targeting Eucharist, Rodrygo is, and they're like, okay, we'll give the club a chance. We'll see what happens. But if you wake up and you see news like this, that would be ridiculous. That would be hilarious, in my opinion. You're like, what is this club doing? Why aren't they getting better deals? You know what I mean? Why isn't Eucharist across the line now? Why Madueke today? Maybe you could lift Madueke to later in the window. Madueke is not going anywhere. If you want Madueke at the end of the window after you sign people, Chelsea actually lower their price because you would have already the Eucharist and the Rodrygo. And this is very important. Signing a player like this on top of other signings will give you the upper hand in the negotiation because you already had your marquee signings in the Zubamendis, Eucharist, and Rodrygo if you're going to sign Rodrygo. And now basically you're signing Madueke just to take him off Chelsea's hand. But at the current moment, Chelsea don't need to sell Madueke today. They don't have to at the current moment. They can wait. And Kudus, there is going to be a bidding war for Kudus, and they can wait. I'm not sure why is this news for Arsenal. But on the positive note for Arsenal is that it is reported that the hand of Arsenal, which is a lot of you guys, told me that he's a reliable source, so I'm using him. He's someone that he's an ITK. He said that Rodrygo is actually for sale, and his priority is to go to the Premier League. And actually, it is said that he can actually strike a deal with Arsenal if Arsenal are going to submit a bid for him. So it is reported that the guy, the number one target or the number two target for Arsenal, is for sale. Go and try to place a bid. Maybe Real Madrid, maybe, and I'm just giving Arsenal the benefit of the doubt. Maybe Arsenal are waiting for him to actually finish the Club World Cup. He started on the bench again today. I'm not sure if he got minutes or not. I don't think he did. So today again, it is proven that Rodrygo is not part of Xabi Alonso's future team. So he's going to be for sale. So Arsenal should go for him. There's going to be other clubs in for him, of course, because there's going to be Bayern Munich. There might be Man City. We're still waiting to see. But how it's all connected. If Madueke leaves Chelsea and goes to Arsenal, Mohammed Kudus is going to come to Chelsea. Now Chelsea are becoming stronger. You know what I mean? Ethan Nwaneri leaves, a young bright star, to go to Chelsea to develop. That is stupid and ridiculous. A lot of people don't believe that Ethan Nwaneri is going to leave. People are going to believe that Ethan Nwaneri is going to stay. But it's not about the money, as Ben Jacobs reported. It is about the minutes. It's about the game time. And that is the problem for Arsenal. For Chelsea, if they get Kudus, I'm just going to say this at the end of the show. So hit the like button. And if you're new, subscribe if you're just still watching. For Chelsea, if it's Kudus, Cole Palmer, João Pedro, Gittins, Neto, along with Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, and Caicedo, and Dos Santos, that is a very, very strong team. Do they have a goal scorer like that? Maybe not, but Kudus is a good goal scorer. Maybe Neto can up his game a little bit and start scoring goals. We know João Pedro can do his job. We know Cole Palmer is the goal scorer as well. So maybe Chelsea are going for more fluid football. You know what I mean? There's Delap as well that is a goal scorer. So Chelsea have a lot of weapons up top. So that would be amazing for them. As for Arsenal, if your winger signing for the summer window is Madueke, you are in big trouble. You are not going to be the team that we saw it's going to be next season. That is my opinion. I am not sure where Arsenal are going with this. There is a lot of work that Berta's doing. And I don't know why, as of now, it looks like the Cisco deal has stalled, and now they're moving to Eucharist. The Rodrygo deal is going on, but still you're going in for Madueke. And what happened to the Eze talk? Are you still negotiating for Eze? It has been a little bit confusing for Arsenal. So I'm going to ask you a question and leave the comments below. If Arsenal sign Madueke as their first signing in the front line, how bad the relation will be between Arsenal fans and the Cronkies? And also, if Chelsea get Kudus, let me know what is the ceiling for Chelsea next season. Don't tell me the Chel guy and all the stuff. What is the ceiling for them? I'm going to hear your opinion. I want to hear your opinion in the comment section. Let me know. And of course, subscribe. We're on the way to 50K. So hit that like button and subscribe. And let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And I will see you guys later.